All right, all right. What's going on, everybody? Shout out to the game day. Uh, all the links are in the description below for the game day. Go ahead, check them out because hey, tomorrow we got some football, baby.
Football back.
What's going on, BG?
Man, we back. We
Hey,
back, man.
hey,
That's
absolutely,
what's going on. We're about to bring you some great football content all year long. We're about to bring the fire. We're definitely going to another level this year.
absolutely. What's going on, Jamie Ward, Matt Productions, Bay, uh, the NFL kid, the Bishop is in the building. What's going on? See who else? Arku's in the building. What's going on? How's everybody doing? I see Arku. Hey, he's the Dallas fan.
Oh
Mondo
no.
Ray Moore, what's going on, brother? Hey, if you guys are not subscribed to Mondo Ray Moore, definitely go ahead and check him out. Definitely a great YouTuber. Talks Detroit Lions, talks Detroit Pistons, talks anything. If it's on his mind, he's going to speak facts. So definitely go ahead and check Mondo Ray Moore out. What's up, next shift, Randy? What's going on, Scooby Doo? What's
Scoop.
up, Richard Carr? Cole? How's everybody doing?
Question I got: is everybody watching the Hall of Fame game tomorrow?
Oh, you know I am.
That is the question of the night. I am so excited. Football's back, man. I'm losing my stuff. I'm losing my stuff. I'm like, I can't believe that we're even already at the point where we're actually starting to play preseason games.
Absolutely.
Preseason games.
Hey, Mondo Ray Moore says in my Triple H voice, "Are you ready?"
Right?
What's
It's
up,
crazy.
Don Philly 215? Bishop, Arku, how's everybody doing? But man, I cannot wait. I will be live tomorrow. We'll be live 7:45 for the Hall of Fame game. I don't know, BG, are you doing something for it?
I don't know. Like, I still haven't made a decision on whether I was gonna live stream games this year or not. With my new position, at
Yeah,
work, it's hard to really figure out exactly what time. And I don't want to say I'm gonna start doing it because if I do it, I want to do it all year long,
yeah, oh, yeah,
nonstop. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be like hit or miss. Here I go. Here I'm not going. Here I go. It'll
yeah.
be just something I'll be adding to my content. But I definitely be watching it. That's for sure. I'm gonna do a little live stream about it sometime.
Oh,
We'll definitely talk
absolutely,
about it next week, even.
absolutely. What's going on, Joey DeLuca? What's going on, L76? What's up, next shift, Randy? How's it going? But yeah, absolutely. Oh, I see that. I see that ring.
You see
that,
the
that
ray, the bling, bling, bling.
that Eagles Super Bowl ring. I see it. I see it.
Chaps are here.
But man, hey, I appreciate that, Mondo Ray Moore. Says, thanks, Trox. Appreciate you. Hope wifey and the whole family is good. Hey, I appreciate that. What's up, Howie? What's up, T? Tomorrow they are playing. It is the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Las Vegas Raiders in Canton, Ohio, for the Hall of Fame
Yes,
game.
the
What's
Hall
going
of
on,
Fame game.
Anthony?
It's gonna be a good game tomorrow, I think too. Like everybody's gonna come out. They're gonna
Hey, you
be
already
back.
know what's going on.
It's been a
Dynamic
minute.
duo is
It's been a
back
minute.
action.
How long has it been? Like we've been gone for like
Yeah, it's been a minute. It's
a
been
couple
a
months now.
minute. Now it's almost been like almost what 65 days, 70 days, somewhere around that ballpark.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
how you feeling about your team and their moves, Trox? We're gonna talk about that for a second. How you feel
Um,
about your boys, Detroit Lions in the building?
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I am a little bit on that Kool-Aid. What's up,
Kool-Aid.
Kelly Gardner? I mean, Dan Campbell. What's going on, Lance? Dan Campbell, he got in front of the mic and during OTA's day one, he was doing up downs with his team. He's locked and loaded. He's ready. So it's like the moves that we did, yeah, they weren't splashy, but you know what? They were the right moves. Hey, we were so bad at wide receiver. We went out and got DJ Shark. We went out and got we traded up first time in forever for a wide receiver in Jameson Williams. When he gets back, he's gonna be a monster.
How's that
Uh,
going, man? Have they even talked about that at all? Like,
yeah, he's
what's the
right now on
timetable
the
looking?
NFL I list. So basically, he'll come off and he could come off and play week 1, but if he starts the season on the NFL I list, then he won't be able to come back till week 6.
6? That's not
Yeah.
bad though. That's not bad.
Um,
And you already got Shark to come in. And
yeah, his first
St.
game could
Brown,
be
baby, he's still over there.
absolutely, and his first game could be against your arch rivals, the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, you guys better win.
Hey, if he comes back, we definitely winning. That's hey, put that on front page, back page, columns 1 and 2. Sorry,
Well,
Arch, the Lions will win.
how big of an impact do you think he's going to be this year for you guys?
Um,
Like, honestly, you guys got him on last year. What
yeah,
rounds you guys get him last year?
realistically, I think that he's not gonna like start super strong, but I feel like as the season progresses, because he's a quick learner, as the season progresses, I think you're gonna see one of the best football out of him as the season progresses. What's up, Sherry Steeler girl? How's it going? But absolutely, I mean, with that, and then linebackers. I mean, yeah, we went out and re-signed Jared Davis. I know everybody calls him the misguided missile and this, that, the other, but it was a good move because you know what? He's a veteran leader. He's going to help Alex Anzalone, who did have a better second half than the first half, and he's going to help guide the young crew, up into where, as the season progresses, it's like, okay, now I see what I have with this young core. Now I know what to go out and get in the draft next year and things like that. I always said that this coming up draft 2023, don't be surprised if we either trade both picks to get the number 1 linebacker or use the first pick with the linebacker and then maybe the Rams second pick that we have in the first round to maybe get another depth player, or if there's maybe, hey, who knows? I'm a huge Jeff Okuda fan, but if Jeff Okuda doesn't play this year because he goes down with injuries, what's up, Anthony? What's up, Nina? If he goes down with an injury, hey, I could see, a linebacker in a corner, or I could see, other moves. Maybe, I don't really see a quarterback because I do think that Jared Goff is our guy. I've said it since day one, since Brad Holmes went and got this guy, and this is Brad Holmes' guy. Brad Holmes made Les Snead at the Los Angeles Rams trade up to go get him first overall. So with him getting him first overall, telling Les Snead to go get this guy, this is the guy you trade up for. This is Brad Holmes' guy. This is the guy he wanted since college. So he has him. And now he's starting to build a team around him. And that starts with up front. If healthy, we have a top 3 to top 5 offensive line.
Whoa.
Hey, Philadelphia's up there. Philadelphia's up there in the top 5 to top 3. You showed me a lot. I did have to go watch my film while we had this break. And I do think that Philadelphia is in the top 5 as well.
Both of us got quarterbacks that the fan base isn't sure about. You know what I'm saying? We got Jalen Hurts over here.
Jalen Hurts is going to be the truth. I ain't going to lie. Like, I know that's our week 1 opponent and things like that, but that dude's going to be the truth. What's up, Hollywood 80? But, it's like a lot of people, they don't credit him for being a real quarterback. Oh, he doesn't do this. Oh, he doesn't do that. It's like, hold on. Did y'all watch his tape? Y'all watch what he has to work with? He doesn't really have a tight end group. He didn't really have a wide receiving core. I mean, now he actually has a wide receiving core. Outside of Dallas Goedert, who does the Eagles really have to back up Goddard if Goddard goes down. Like he didn't really have nothing.
Yeah.
He was in almost the same position as Jared Goff. Outside of the Eagles' defense was way better. You guys had a top offensive line, and Jalen Hurts made it happen. Win, lose, or draw, he had to make it happen. You
Yeah.
know, so it's like
My deal is
you
like
give
if
him
you
a
only
team,
thing
he's going to perform.
only thing I think that people are like exaggerating about is you gotta look at the basis. You know what I'm saying? When you judge a player, you only can judge a player from what the games played. You know what I'm saying? 20 games played, Jalen Hurts number one. So for anybody to ever put him outside of the top 15 in quarterbacks, I don't see how that's realistic. You know, how someone that's in
On the
his
active,
first 20 games playing, he did better, you know, statistics, yards wise, statistically better than all the other quarterbacks that's ever played the game, you know? And I don't know. I think that's crazy not to believe that he's going to come out this year and light it up with better talent. And it wasn't that our receivers were really that bad. They're just young. Devontae was a rookie. You know, Quez, Rager were second year players. You know, like Dallas Goddard was still young. He even had a what are you talking about? He had a Zach Ertz there all the way up until the trading deadline. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So he still wasn't number one yet. So there's a lot of things that go into that. You know, they're young. They're all developing players, and you know, this is their third years where they definitely should take a big jump. And we'll see what happened with those guys. And adding AJ Brown was just the icing on the cake. They were doing it against number ones and twos, Quez and Devontae. This year, they're going to be doing it against, you know, twos and threes while AJ take the coverage. You know what I'm saying? So it should make our team that much more dynamic. And I think we're going to really light some people up this year.
absolutely. You know, I mean, because like I said, I mean, now you guys are starting to build that team. So once you have that team built around them, like you guys went out and got more receivers, you guys went out and got, you know, more weapons for them. You get, like I said, went and got AJ Brown, one of the top dynamic wide receivers. If he stays healthy with what you guys got right now, that's going to help next to Devontae Smith. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and it's like you guys. That's why I don't understand why people hate on Jalen Hurts so much, and it's the same thing about Jared Goff. Like Jared Goff played in a Super Bowl. Yeah, it was the
Yeah.
worst Super Bowl ever. Yeah, it was this. Yeah, it was that. But who did he have with us last year in his first year? He's going from the limelight, Hollywood, California, to little old Detroit, Michigan, and Detroit didn't have no receiving core, and they had a rookie tackle. They had they didn't really have a whole lot to work with. So when he gets this team, I expect the same results, if not maybe even better than what he did with the Los Angeles Rams. I mean, I'm not going to say he's going to go out and win a Super Bowl right now. No, but I feel like when we're done actually rebuilding and retooling, that he could go out there and make it to the Super Bowl, something that we've never seen in Detroit. Could he win a Super Bowl? Depends on who he have. I mean, we went out and
Are you
got.
more in the belief it's the quarterback or the team for Super Bowl?
It's always a team, because this is an ultimate team sport.
Mm-hmm.
If all 11 guys on each side of the ball does not do their job, so the 33 players, so offense, the 11 offense, 11 defense, and 11 special teams aren't doing their job, it's going to be a long day.
Yeah.
Regardless of who you have, you can have the second coming of Peyton Manning. You can have the second coming of everybody's goat, Tom Brady. You can have Aaron Rodgers. You can have whoever. But if you don't have your guys playing at a high level each and every single play, it's going to be a long day.
He said, "What's the score position for Week 1, guys?" Hey, we gotta hold that. We gotta do another show for Week 1, so we're gonna hold our score prediction. You know, let's see what this preseason goes. You know how this preseason goes.
September 7th, I believe it is, that Wednesday.
We're gonna
That's
definitely
when
do it
we'll give our score predictions. And
because it won't be so much as this nice talk that show. It's gonna be like Trox. I hope you're ready to see your team get destroyed by the best team in the league, the Philadelphia Eagles.
hey, you got to go play the game first to be the best team. So,
Eagles, baby.
hey, everybody starts at 0-0. So, this is week 1, and you got to play the game. So,
Yeah, you do got to play the game. You know, but I'm just gonna say we can talk about that then. We just talk about that then. I don't want to get into it right now because I'm like, okay, I already see how it's going to work out. Every team's going to get it this year. I feel like. How do you really feel about what's your team overall? Like how good of a team do you think? How many more wins from the moves you made from last year do you think your team's going to have?
I mean, I feel like we're going to be right around the 500 mark with a nice little ceiling of about 10, 11 wins. We do have a very favorable schedule. So if things go right, I feel that, it can go our way. We can possibly see a double digit win season. Now, it could go all by the wayside with a few injuries because I still feel we don't have the necessary depth to take a next man up mentality just yet. I think that's what this draft is for. Finish off the rebuild, retool, and build that depth. Go
Mm-hmm.
into another free agency, get more depth, things of that nature. Then I feel like then after that, I feel like the skies can be the limit. But this season and this team, if everybody is healthy and depending on Jameson Williams and how fast that um, Aiden Hutchinson can kind of make his staple into the NFL, that's what really is going to help dictate the rest of this season. Those two guys got to really kind of, well, Jameson Williams got to get healthy first and foremost.
Yeah.
Second, Aiden Hutchinson got to put his name, in the NFL. Like, hey, look, y'all better double team me because if you get me in a 1-on-1, I'm eating your quarterback.
Yeah.
And I think that eventually as the season progresses, I think he might have those sacks early on. And then when he starts double teaming, that's where other guys are going to come in and get their sacks and stuff like that. So I'm excited for this year. What's up, GGH?
We got a question for you. He says, which player has impressed you the most in practice?
Um, I know Pimpleton has been really kind of turning heads. Who else was there? I know Aiden Hutchinson's been lighting it up. We expect him to do that, obviously being the second overall pick. And also, who else has been kind of lighting it up a little bit? Um, oh my goodness, it's on the tip of my tongue. Well, outside of the one, well, there was a couple times he got burned, but what's his name's also been kind of turning some heads. And Jeff Okuda, he did get burned a couple times. I ain't gonna lie. I think it was who burned him. It was somebody. It was I think Josh Reynolds. Josh Reynolds burnt him bad. I mean, it was bad. Like he stole his lunch money and stuff, kind of
Mm.
bad. But outside of that, I mean, he looks like he's gotten better. And that's all I want to see in practice. I don't care if you get burned. It's practice. Make
Yeah.
make all your mistakes in practice. That's what
This
practice
is
is for. Making your mistakes, getting better. Because guess what? If you practice at a high level in at practice, the games are going to be a whole lot easier.
Yeah, and I think people don't understand sometimes where it's like, you see mistakes, people report about mistakes because there's nothing else to report about, you know what I'm saying? So they're reporting about all these mistakes that happen in practice and good things too, but you don't know the situation of the drill. You don't know, like, what I'm saying, is are the coach saying fire it in there no matter what, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't get sacked, just throw it every time, Whereas like quarterbacks, different players have different responsibilities on those plays to the point where it looks bad sometimes. You get some picked off, you get some that overthrown because you pressure. You don't see nothing open, but you still got to throw it. Those type of situation where people don't understand. So it's like I don't really take heed whether I hear Hurts is doing good or bad right now. I just know Hurts and watched him grow and develop over the years. Even from college. And he's never had the same offensive coordinator. And the fact that he's always been better every single time any kind of adversity came on the side.
Hey, who does that sound like? With a bunch of different offensive coordinators. Who does that sound like?
Yeah,
Matthew Stafford.
yeah,
Everybody gave him, hell and high waters because he's this, he's that. It's like this dude has been playing at a high level for so many years. And look how many offensive coordinators he had. Look how many coaches he had. Look at how many different regimes he's played in. Like sometimes enough is enough. Like he wants to win, and I feel, with that whole trade with Matthew Stafford last year, I was okay. I ain't gonna lie, I was mad. Why? It's a division rival for me. I am an Arizona Cardinals fan, so I will never root for the Rams in that aspect.
You didn't like it that Matthew won the Super Bowl.
I was happy Matthew won a Super Bowl because that's the Lion side of me. But am I happy that the Rams won a Super Bowl? No. I'm happy that Ashawn Robinson won a championship last year in the Super Bowl. I'm happy about things like that because that's former players. Hey, it didn't work out here. Go out, go win yourself something. Because everybody deserves to win. We deserve to win in Detroit. So I feel like if we can get our stuff together and we're starting to make the NFL some money, it's almost a guarantee that we're going to start at least winning games. I'm not going to say playoffs or another thing like that, but we can at least start winning some games because NFL is a multi-billion-dollar company. If you're not making the league money, you're not going to be winning football games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
the calls will go not your way, and things like that. So it's like I'm happy that our former players won Super Bowls, but it's time now for Detroit to win its Super Bowl. It's time for us to finally see a Super Bowl and not on TV. Because we hosted a Super Bowl, but we had to be watching it on TV while other teams now, the past 2 years, get to host the Super Bowl and go out there and play in their own stadium in a Super Bowl. So like it's our time.
It's our time. Everybody comes out of it. You know what I'm saying? There's always teams. It goes up and down, up and down.
Oh yeah.
So you guys did some good things this offseason. Like I said, when Jameson comes back, do you think it's more of a golf make it or break it year? Is it a make
Oh,
it or break it year for
absolutely.
golf? If he doesn't
Absolutely.
perform with the targets he have right now, Hodgson, you got Shark, you got Williams, you got Amon Rosse Brown. You know what I'm saying? That's some nice weaponry. Plus your running backs, right? You got
Yeah.
who's your running backs again? You got
Yeah,
Swift,
DeAndre Swift and Jamal Williams.
Jamal Williams too. Yeah, so those are some good guys. You say your offensive line got better, and that's really all you really need. Protect Stafford, give him another second. I'm not Stafford,
Jared Goff.
golf,
Yeah.
and give him another second. You know what I'm saying? Where he's not running for his life.
Yeah.
He's not one of those pressure type quarterbacks. You can't be all over him and expect him to perform at a high level. But if you give him that time, how you think he made it to those Super Bowls? No one can ever say he's trash. Like he's not trash.
Right.
He made it to Super Bowls. Didn't he make like two? Even like, or he went deep
No,
twice.
he's been deep in the playoffs a lot, but he's
Yeah,
only been to the Super Bowl once.
yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like he was winning on a winning football team, so he helped him get there. So
What's up, Ty? How's it going? Taju 22 says, "Hey there, Mr. Troxel. How's it going, man? What's up, Derek White? Hey, absolutely. I love me some James the Problem Houston because Houston, we got a problem, and his name is James Houston. That dude, he was our sixth round draft pick out of the HBCU College of
what?
Jackson, Jackson
Is that what
State.
they were Dion coaches?
Deion Sanders has coached him absolutely, and
What?
hey, he's probably one of my favorite players outside of like the big names, and also like Jerry Jacobs and the problem, some of these younger not so popular names outside of Detroit. Like he's probably one of my favorite guys is James Houston. It's just he has a motor. Like he does not stop. He doesn't stop until that whistle is blown. Hasula versus Aiden in practice, who won the battles? It's been kind of Sewell's been holding his own, and then Aiden's been kind of putting some pressure on him. So it's been back and forth. I actually like seeing that matchup. Penei Sewell and Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah,
I believe that
iron
the line.
sharpens iron.
I think so. 7 games is definitely winnable.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I got high hopes for my Eagles this year. I think we're gonna do some magical stuff.
Hey, real talk, you better have some high hopes. They made a whole lot of noise. I mean, I feel
Everything
like
on the
they,
wish list got checked off this year.
yeah,
You know, and like I tell all my fans over there on the Eagles side, man, we never been paper champs ever. Ever. We've always had that scrappy team that have some good players. They gonna scrap the other players to do their job. They're good role players. They do their job good enough to win some football games. We've been
yeah,
in the playoffs the last 5 out of 6 years. That's what we do is win football games. Just how many, and how far can you go after going to the playoffs last year when everybody was on like you know a rookie year. Jalen
yeah,
Hurts first year starting, Devontae first year playing. We have Maya Lotta really getting into his groove. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's just a lot of young talent on the team that was going to take a year for the offensive defensive scheme to even get implemented, and for these coaches to really understand what kind of players they have.
absolutely. What's up, Timmy Two Shoes? Hey, I like I believe it's one of your guys, Jack Talk. He said
Doctor,
Lions can win 7 games, just not the first game. LOL.
right? I hope you guys the best season except for week one. the
Hey,
rest
I
of
ain't
the
mad at
way, the
that.
rest of the way, you guys can do your thing, baby. You know, because I'm always gonna be cheering for Ahmad.
Oh yeah.
USC
Oh,
connection.
speaking
Always
of
got it.
that, what do you think about USC joining the Big Ten?
They probably get some more respect on their name.
I think so too. You
You
know,
go win some football games over there. I really think our team's gonna be better now that we have scholarships again. We just got a high profile coach. That's gonna get some talent going back to USC like the back in the day. And I'm
yeah,
telling you guys, give us like 2, 3 more years, and you will start seeing USC back in the national title, playoffs, and hopefully win another championship.
yeah. Well, still got to go through Ohio State. Still got to go through Michigan. That's probably one of the hardest set of few teams outside of the SEC. Obviously, SEC is everybody's darling, including the NCAA's darling. But outside of that, I feel like the Big Ten is definitely got some good competition.
Oh yeah,
So I like him. I like USC joining us. Plus,
I
it gives
like
us
it.
a different type of flow. Instead of playing like our normal guys, now we got some new fresh meat to go after. Okay, well now
Oh,
we got to play against USC. Now we got to go play against this team. And things like that. Where it's just like, you know, we've never really played every single year against these guys. Like, what are we supposed to expect? And things like that. What's up, Blaze? And
yeah.
things like that. So it's like I absolutely loved how USC joined us. Because I'm a Big Ten guy. I'm a Michigan Wolverine fan through Go Blue. I would like to see.
Michigan gonna start having a losing streak if USC goes over there.
Hey, bring the
They're gonna
competition.
bring that fire.
Bring that
They're
competition
gonna
because
talk.
hey,
Are they
there's
gonna be
not a whole
there
lot
this
of
year?
this. There's a whole lot of let's go play some football.
Are they
We'll
there this
settle,
year?
we'll settle it on the field.
Yeah, are they there this year?
I think so. If not, I don't know if it's this year or it's next year. Because
If
I
they're
know that the
this year, we need to
transfer
see
kind of
where that
just
game gonna be
happened.
played at. Is it gonna be in Michigan or California? If it's in Michigan, I might have to drive up there. We can go to the game and
Hey,
watch USC do its thing.
hey, we could go up there, me and you. And it's only about what 45 minutes away from me, so from the big house. So I mean, hey, we could go. We'll have some fun. What's up, Detroit Legends Sportscast? What's up, Screens?
Yeah, I'm watching it tomorrow for sure. And
Oh,
Trox's gonna be
absolutely.
streaming.
Yes, sir. I will
He's
be
back in the
live
game, baby. I love
back
Trox
in the
streams.
game.
You're talking about the goat of freaking play by plays, man. I remember the first time I watched your show. What it was last year when we first met, right?
Yeah.
The Detroit Eagles game last year,
Yes,
and
sir.
then I started watching like more and more of your content and started seeing those. I'm like, how do you do it, Trucks? What's going on? It's so awesome,
It's
so
just
awesome.
really just adrenaline. Like, if I love football, I love basketball, I love sports. Like, you put me in my element and let me go to work. And I have a YouTuber also, the Gridiron Blitz. He might be on the show. I don't know if he'll be on in a little bit or if he'll be on today, but he does some phenomenal work as well. And you put us in our element, live streaming, play by plays, this, that, the other. It's like you just let us go out there and eat because it's like it's a thing of beauty because it's just like we love the game. Above all, we love the game.
Yeah.
And eventually we're going to see our team win, and that is the Detroit Lions. We're going to see
Eventually,
our
we're going to see it. I think, like you said, I can give you guys 500 this year
yeah.
if
Well,
everything goes right.
yeah,
I think if Jameson's the impact player that we think he can be, you guys can probably even get more. It matters the first 6 games. If you guys can go 3-3 there,
yeah.
it'll
If
be
we're
good.
3-3, and then what do you call it? We get Jameson Williams back. Watch out, NFL, because we're going to be an issue. Because it's just like, well, we might have a couple games where it's like, he's still getting his feet together.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, first game back since a catastrophic injury, he has to take a few hits. But
Wasn't he running already?
huh?
Wasn't he running already?
I mean, he's technically probably behind the scenes practicing, but according to the NFL, he can't be playing because he's still on the NFLI list.
Mm. Yeah, it's gonna be crazy, man. I can't, it's gonna be interesting to see who plays at what levels, man. Like, the draft was good for us. Everybody's 50-50 on the players. They're like, Jordan Davis not starting. He's not going to be good, And the other side's like, oh, he's a monster. He's like unbelievable. How you going to stop him type player?
Yeah.
And then you got Dean. Oh, Dean was great until the draft came and he dropped into the third round. And all of a sudden now Dean's he's hurt. He's not going to be that good in the pros. It's like, come on now.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to see how this game's going to work out.
I do got some breaking news though. Troxel's football streams will be live streaming all 17 Detroit Lion games this season. So
Yes.
1 o'clock every single Sunday, I will be live for the Detroit Lions outside of Week 12, where we play on Thursday at 12:30. For the Thanksgiving Day game. But I will be live every single game, including Thanksgiving Thursday, where we're live for 3 games.
3 games.
Oh yeah. Hey,
Back to back.
Hey, I do my Thanksgiving a day early or a day after because Thanksgiving Day I'm on streaming.
Yeah, well, hey, you gotta get the grind in, man. That's what they come to see. You put on a
Absolutely.
great show over there. So
What's up, William
I'll be
Corbett?
watching.
What's up, JT? What's up, Walt Dog?
He said Lions are going to improve Green Bay, Minnesota, Detroit, and Chicago.
Yeah. Like I said, I mean, my it should happen is at least around 500. Whether it's 7-9, 9-7, somewhere in that ballpark. I think that we should be around there. But like I said earlier in the show, I think that we do have a high ceiling of maybe 10, 11 games.
Woo.
I won't go 12 or nothing like that because that's a little too. Everything has to go right to win 12 games.
Golf going to be balling out.
Yeah. And I feel like, maybe early on he might kind of like struggle a little bit. But like I said, as game 1, game 2, game 3, and the season progresses, I feel like we're going to start seeing our best football by mid-season.
I didn't even see that. Jock said he wanted to sub you up. Where do you find him? Troxel Sports, baby.
Yeah, Troxel's football streams. You can also look at the Streamlabs. I don't know if you see it.
Yes.
And click on the link. And all my subscribers, if you see the Streamlabs, definitely click on BIRDGANG 31's channel and give him a subscribe as well.
There it is, right there. Boom.
Man, I still have it listed as Troxel Sports Streams. Man, hey, hold on.
Oh my God!
I gotta update my stuff. Come on, man.
What? Oh yeah, he changed it.
Yeah, I gotta update it a little bit.
Hey, at least it's working. It's working. It's dropping.
Got him.
Got him.
Absolutely.
So
But man, I can't wait tomorrow. Tomorrow we got some football back, baby.
what players out of this game are you looking to see? Because I'm looking to see Dougie P. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Dougie took a whole year off. You know,
Yeah.
he's coming back with vengeance. He says he's learned his lessons, that he's,
Yeah.
his mistakes that he made with the Eagles. You know, he won a Super Bowl. This is a Super Bowl winning coach.
Yeah.
Going to Jacksonville. You got a sunshine over there at quarterback who didn't have that great of a year, didn't have that bad of a he looked like a rookie. Let's just say
Yeah.
that. And with a guy like Dougie P that can help quarterbacks get better from year one to year two, like he did with Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
And then, the Jazz got ETN back. They still got Robinson. They picked up Christian Kirk. You know what I'm saying? They got LaVisca Chenault. They picked up some nice weapons and some players on defense as well. So I think everybody seeing that sorry Jaguar team is going to be in for a shock. I think WP's going to actually have a winning record with these guys.
Hey, you see whose name I highlighted? Hey, EJ Labaz is in the building. If you guys are not subscribed to EJ Labaz, he has a YouTube channel.
Yes.
Definitely give my brother a subscribe. Hit his notification bell. He puts out videos. And hey, as I like to say, let's go Alabama Airborne.
Alabama Airborne. He's in the state. That's why I said I'm gonna have to even drive down and go see a game.
Hey,
don't
tell me because hey, I will drive down. I will fly out to go see his game.
Let's go. Let's do it.
All right, shoot.
Boss, send us your schedule, or we go check that out anyway. We're gonna see which game they're playing at home because I'll do it. It's not that many hours from me. What? I think that's down in Mobile. I'm in Birmingham, so you're looking at a good 2-3 hours away. But yeah, to see my boy, what's up? Ball out.
Absolutely.
Shout out to Jock Talk. Yes, he said Troxel, I subscribe. That's what's up.
Hey,
man.
I appreciate that. Welcome to the family.
Welcome to the family.
But absolutely, definitely go check out EJ Labaz.
AK.
Great person. And hey, he's dropping content. And man, I hope he has a phenomenal season because I want to see him in the NFL. I want to see him in the NFL. Hopefully with the Detroit Lions because, we need a win.
Plays. Yeah, because we are dual streaming. This is on Troxel Sports, and it's also on BIRDGANG 31 channel. So both channels are dual streaming. If you guys can go over to both, hit that like, you know what I'm saying? Help the algorithm out for both of us here. We're trying to get it this year. But EJ, man, that's crazy. And he's supposed to be on the show again right soon, right?
Yeah, as soon as he has some free time, absolutely. He has an open door policy on my channel. And I'm sure he has an open door policy with you as well.
Yeah, salute.
I had to watch you, not me. Hey, I appreciate that, EJ. But
so who do you guys play in the preseason?
The preseason, now I am going to be torn because I do got to play my other favorite team.
Arizona?
Nope.
Oh, the Steelers.
Lions and Steelers week 3.
Woo.
And then week 2 we got the Indianapolis Colts. And then we got week 1 we have the Atlanta Falcons.
Atlanta Falcons. Drake London from USC. That's boy.
Hey, he said he ready when we are. Hey, let's go.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, hopefully. Well, no, not next week because next week I will be MIA. I come back. On what day is the Wednesday? Wednesday is the 10th. Yeah, I don't come back from a mini vacation till the 11th. So I leave on Sunday. So I'll be back Thursday, which Thursday I get home. And if I get home in time, I'll be live for Thursday night football. And then and then we're right back to the schedule. But yeah, so next Wednesday we won't be able to be on unless we do it a Friday. I don't know if you're available Friday.
I should be next week because I think I closed this Friday, so next Friday I should be opening.
Okay,
so that should be good.
Okay, yeah, just keep me posted, and if so, we'll try to get EJ on.
Yeah, next Friday, EJ, if you're free then, you heard it. Trox scheduled it, baby. We gonna get you on.
Hey, absolutely. Hold on a second.
A tie would suck.
Because our special guest just hit me up and said, sorry, missed this. So I told him, hey, we still live. So if you're ready, hop on in.
Right? We're just going doing our thing, man. We're like, okay, you know. If he wants to
Absolutely.
come, that'd be awesome because I'd like to hear his takes.
Absolutely. Especially with tomorrow's game, the Hall of Fame game. Got his Jacksonville Jaguars in the building. And then we'll have he's taking on the Las Vegas Raiders.
The Raiders, another team, man. Derek Carr,
And
Devontae
Devontae
Adams.
Adams, bro. That is going to be.
Don't even stop there. What's the tight end name again?
Oh, yeah. DJ or
Waller.
Waller. Yeah.
Aaron Waller.
Darren Waller.
The Hunter Renfro.
Yep.
You
That's
know,
going to be
those,
a loaded team.
Josh Jacobs.
Yep.
Josh
Jacobs.
Right? Yeah.
What's up, Hefe?
That's gonna be a nice. How much of an impact do you think a guy like, because a lot of people don't think that they're like Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers, they got some decent receivers. He's gonna do his thing, make those receivers better.
Yeah.
But do you think Aaron's gonna take a dip this year without a guy like Adams? So I think you don't replace a guy like Devontae Adams. He was like literally like the best receiver in the game.
Well, I don't know if y'all seen the whole battle that they're having a little bit. Devontae Adams says, well, once you go from a Hall of Fame quarterback to a Hall of Fame quarterback, and then Aaron Rodgers was like, well, once you go from a Hall of Fame wide receiver to a Hall of Fame wide receiver in Alan Lazard, I mean,
Wow.
I don't know, man. It's
But
going.
that's cap to even say that. You don't say that.
Hey, you can't put Hall
I
of
think he
Fame
was feeling, I
next to
think he was
Alan
feeling
Lazard.
disrespected. He was feeling disrespected.
Absolutely.
What's
What
up?
is going on the Jaguar podcast? How's it
Yeah,
going,
man.
bro?
Going well. How are you guys doing?
Pretty good.
So yeah, man, you guys excited for football?
Man, hey, I can't wait.
I'm
I'm
super
already
excited.
like, let's go. Is it tomorrow yet?
Seriously. Me too, man. I'm waiting for I'm excited about the Jags. Even though Trevor and ETN aren't playing tomorrow, it should be exciting to see the Jags tomorrow against the Raiders in the Hall of Fame game.
Yeah. Absolutely. So what is one thing that you're kind of like looking forward to as a season perspective?
I'm just I'm looking forward to Doug Peterson and how he shapes this football team, man, because we were just kind of left up in flames with Urban Meyer, and that whole fiasco last year. So we have a lot of talent. I think we're going to surprise some people. We're going to win some games. I don't know if we're going to make a wild card or a playoff, but I definitely think we have potential to definitely win more games than last year.
Yeah, well, I feel like you guys got a better coaching staff now. Like, cause that Urban Meyer fiasco that was tough. Like, I felt so bad for you guys, but we had our own problems here in Detroit with that whole Matt Patricia era too. So it's like, oh man, I do feel like with your guys' new coaching staff, and hey, I want to give a shout out though too to your interim head coach to end the year. Our former offensive coordinator from the Lions, and
Bevel, Darrell
yep,
Bevel.
Darrell Bevel. He actually he held his own. I mean, despite everything that happened last year and all the adversity that team had to go through, then to take over and finally get the guys to where they're like, okay, we got a breath of fresh air now.
Yeah, and we won that last game too. I mean, against the Colts, who haven't, I think, won it, in our house since 2014. Man, I mean, that's just
that kept
crazy.
the Colts out too.
Yeah. They came to Clown Town and we destroyed their playoff hopes, and that was fun, man. And we get to face them again. Well, Carson Wentz rather, week 1. I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Hopefully, you'll be seeing ghosts again, man. Our defense, I'm psyched about this Jacksonville defense, man. I think we had a really good draft. Trayvon Walker, I think he could do a lot of different things. He could drop back in coverage. He could rush the passer. And then we got, Devin Lloyd, who was probably the best linebacker in the draft. And he's a sideline to sideline linebacker, man. He can he can do it all. So I think it's gonna be exciting to watch. The offense will be interesting. I mean, I think we got Robinson and running the football. Hopefully he gets back, and ETN as well, and hopefully Lawrence progresses with this new coaching staff.
Yeah, I mean, man. Hey, first and foremost, I do want to say thank you. As a Detroit Lions fan, thank you, because I wanted Hutch in Detroit, especially when Hard Knocks came out. I'm like, that is a perfect storyline. I just hope that the Jacksonville Jaguars don't spoil my wishes as soon as we got, the Hard Knocks announced, because I was like, what better way to make the NFL money and to have a great storyline? Kid played in Michigan, in Plymouth, Michigan. Then he played at the big house at the University of Michigan. Now he plays for his hometown team with the Detroit Lions. I'm like, I just hope that that Jacksonville Jaguars don't mess this up for me. And when you guys took Tavon Walker, and I'm like, that was a heck of a pick too, because I mean, he lit up the draft boards. So you guys really got the best player available in the draft. With that top overall pick, and then that gave Detroit Aiden Hutchinson. I'm just like, oh man, that was, they got their guy, we got our guy. I'm like, okay, now we are good.
Yeah, man. I'm excited for this, regular season game against you guys. I mean, I don't think it's I don't think it's an easy game for the Jaguars. I mean, I'm a huge fan of your head coach, Dan Campbell.
Both sides.
And we had Dan Arnold on the podcast who played he's a tight end for the Jaguars, but played for the New Orleans Saints. Yep. And Campbell was over there with New Orleans as an assistant coach, and he just had really, really good things to say about Dan Campbell. And I think, everybody's loving him over in Detroit. I mean, the locker room likes him, the team likes him, and I think he's going to do some exciting things, man. I think he's going to turn this Lions team around.
Hey, you guys got some players over there that I definitely miss over here in Detroit. You guys got Marvin Jones Jr. You got our return man in
Agnew,
and Jamal Agnew. I mean, that dude, as soon as that ball touches his hands, he's kind of, I wouldn't say Devin Hester-esque, but he has that potential to where if it touches his hand, there's a chance he could break this thing loose.
Yeah, I mean,
he's a very dynamic player.
Yeah, he's an X factor, man. Like, he can kind of do it all. He can run the ball. He can, catch passes, do the kickoff returns and punt returns. So I'm excited to see. We had him on the podcast too. Great guy. And a really interesting journey into the NFL, man. Like, he, didn't get invited to the combine, but had a killer pro day and made his way, man, into the NFL and is doing great. And I'm excited to see what he does in Jacksonville.
Absolutely.
How do you judge Trevor Lawrence? Like, how do you like him? You think he's going to take that step this year 2, with a guy like Dougie P? You see what he did with Carson Wentz his second year. Carson was on the MVP type year. Do you think Dougie P can do that with Trevor Lawrence over there with Jacksonville?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think Trevor Lawrence showed rookie season in the stats and the interceptions were kind of high. But I think he's going to come into this season with actual competent coach who can not be a distraction in the locker room, who's able to mold Trevor Lawrence and help him get those good habits, right? And learn how to actually have a good system there, work with a good system. And he's got some weapons around him. I think Peterson is definitely the right guy for him. So, yeah, I mean, I think he's going to take a huge jump this year.
Yeah, I think so too. I just feel like, you guys got a real coaching staff in place now. Dougie P won a Super Bowl with the Philadelphia Eagles, with a backup quarterback too, mind you. Like, it was that next man up, and I think that's what he's going to try to bring to the Jacksonville Jaguars, is that next man up mentality. If there's an injury, hey, look, that sucks, but there's still games to be played. This is your guys' livelihoods at stake. Like, it got to be a next man up. and go from there and develop and things like that. Because once you start developing that talent, and you're starting to play as one team, one unit, it's just like that's hard to guard. Who are you going to guard? Especially like if you look at your guys' offense right now. I don't know exactly who you guys got on the offensive line, but just at the receiving and running back and things like that, like you got ETN, you got Robinson, you got Christian Kirk. Exactly. You got Chenault, you got Christian Kirk, who's from my other team, which is the Arizona Cardinals. So I've seen him for a long time. And you guys have Marvin Jones Jr. You guys got who else?
Zay Jones from the Raiders.
Yep, Zay Jones.
Zay Jones
too. Another matchup for tomorrow too to keep an eye out on. Zay Jones against his former squad.
Yeah, exactly. So
you guys got a lot of talent.
Yeah, I mean a lot of two X factors too. Jamal Agnew and Chenault. You got to keep your eye, and also ETN really when you think about it, because
we don't know what we have with him.
Yeah, it's his first year, and I think of him more as a receiving back, right? Like somebody you line up in the slot. I mean, he can run the football, no doubt. I mean, you watch his Clemson highlights. I mean, the guy's all over the field running the ball, north, south, east, west. But I think really what you're going to see him as is a receiving back. He's going to be out there catching, balls in the flats. He's going to line up in the slot. He's gonna do some good things, I think, and he's got that relationship with Trevor Lawrence. They both played together at Clemson, so it's already there, man. It's just they just have to uncork the talent, and let it loose.
Yeah. Well, a lot of that is like you said, you got to get your guys back healthy. Once you start getting your guys back healthy, you can see what you got and can kind of progress from there. Maybe there's maybe you got an abundance now at wide receiver. And maybe you don't have that much at linebacker. You make some trades there where, you could start piecing together what could be what Duval used to be. What was that?
2017.
Yeah, 2017.
Jacksonville Defense, man, with, Calais Campbell. You had Yanni Ngakwe, Dante Fowler Jr. You had Aaron Colvin. You had Jalen Ramsey, AJ Bouye. I mean, it was a nasty defense. Number one in the NFL.
Yeah.
I think we could get there, man. I really like our defensive coordinator we brought in, Mike Caldwell from Tampa Bay, who's had a great track record there. I mean, this defense looks nasty, man. With the linebacking core, we got Foye Aluakon, who I also had on the podcast last week, and he's a guy led the team in tackles. He's flying around the ball. He could jump back and drop back in coverage. He can rush the passer. And then you have, Devin Lloyd, who's probably, I expect will be the starter over at the weak side linebacker spot. And again, I think a guy will be making plays, even though it's his rookie season. And, I'd say probably the weakest spot on our defense is probably our secondary. I don't think we have any corners yet that are shut down, Jalen Ramsey corners, slot corners. So Tyson Campbell's kind of getting there. He kind of had a better rookie season the second half, but I think the defense is going to be pretty good. The offense is going to be good too. I think hopefully we can run the football, man, because AFC South is that power, that power running division. With Derrick Henry, and you got Jonathan Taylor. So I mean, we're going to have to run the football, and that's really one of my things that I worry about with Doug Peterson is I don't really think of him as a power running coach, right?
He likes to air it out.
What'd you say?
I think he likes to air it out.
Yeah. So I'm just hoping he utilizes James Robinson, because he's a diamond in the rough, man. He's an undrafted free agent that we got, after we released Fournette. So I'm hoping that we utilize him and just pound that football, take some of the pressure off of Lawrence, because he can't win every game, man. You got to have, it's a team game, so it'll be exciting to watch.
Do you think his arm's good enough to win those games, though? Do you think with all the talent around him, you will see Lawrence take that next step this year? With a good system in place in front of him, do you think he has the arm to be a, elite quarterback in the NFL?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, we saw glimpses of that in the last game of the season against the Colts, where he was just making insane throws. I mean, he had that one throw off of his back foot to Marvin Jones Jr. in the back of the end zone. I mean, it was like a botched play. It was essentially a high snap. He grabbed the ball up in the air, scrambled out of the pocket, and turned a botch play into a touchdown. So, I mean, I think he's definitely going to take that next step. He's got the arm. He can read defense. I think it's just putting it all together. But that's kind of how I feel about it. But how do you feel about the Eagles with was that Minshew's over there now, but the starter is Hurts, right? Hurts is the starter.
Jalen Hurts, man. It's Hurts season over here.
Yeah.
It's Hurts season. Jalen, I think, is going to take a huge step forward. Like, I think he's going to be, I think he was a Pro Bowl alternate last year. So I think he's going to actually make the Pro Bowl and actually be in the running of the MVP. Like, that's how good I think our team gotten this year. Like the talent, bringing AJ Brown in from the Titans. Not only is he a great receiver, but he's also a great runner, a run blocking receiver. And we're number one in the league in rushing the football. So as long as our coach don't get all pass happy like he tried to do the first 6 games, I think our team would definitely be doing a lot better this year. We keep it balanced, maybe 60-40. Let Jalen go about 25 to 35 passes a game. But that's it. You don't need to do anything more than that. You know what I'm saying? I want to see him still make his play on the plays with his legs because, that's part of his game. He's a dual threat. He put up more yards than pretty much anybody's ever did in their first 20 games. And I think that needs to continue, and it's going to look good moving forward.
Nice. And you feel like the arm strength is there too? Because I don't there were some questions I remember when Hurts was coming into the draft about his arm strength. So you feel like he could launch the ball downfield and get it there.
Jalen can do it. See, a lot of people misconstrue what's going on because he did underthrow some balls last year. It's all timing though. Jalen, when he picks his spot, he just kind of launches it. So it's like it could be a little behind. It was the first year, struggles that most quarterbacks have when they're trying to read defenses and trying to read things out there on that football field. But Jalen definitely worked out this offseason with like Tom Brady's trainers. He's been out there with the receivers. He got some more people in. It's going to be nice to see what he does this year. I think, like I said, the sky's the limit. He can be, worst case scenario would be like a little better than last year, but I think this guy's going to put up big numbers this year.
The Gridiron Blitz. What is up, my brother?
What's going on, everybody? Good to be here. How you doing?
How's it going?
Good.
Doing well. What did I come in on?
We're just talking a little Jalen Hurts and Eagles football right now.
The Eagles. Bird Gang, I'm fully expecting to lose to you week 1, man.
Yeah, I expected too. We come out the gates losing like that, man.
Tell me how you really feel.
It's gonna be bad. But your team, I don't think it's going to be like like last year or like everybody think it's going to be some big blowout. Like you guys got it dramatically better this year.
Yeah,
I don't think people really realize that.
I hope it's not a blowout.
Winning the game, I just don't see it as being some big, blowout thing. It'd be a nice game to watch.
We've got home field, but I think y'all came here and whooped us up pretty bad. So yeah, one of our worst losses of the year. So it'd be good to get some type of revenge. Just a little bit.
Hey, we need it.
We definitely need it. That was the biggest drubbing I think of. It was 44-6, I think.
Yeah.
No, the biggest one because Seattle, they put up 50 on us, but we scored more. So yeah, hopefully we do a little better.
Hey, hopefully.
Fingers crossed, guys. Fingers crossed.
Otherwise, it's gonna be back to back to little Simba.
Back to little Simba.
Little Simba.
It's just bad. Like we haven't won week 1 in how long, Grid? Like it's been a long time since we started a season 1-0.
I think we won. Nope, you're right because we tied 2019.
Yeah,
that was and then we lost to Sam Darnold in week 18.
Yeah,
that's a real. I want to say, it's been quite a bit, quite a long while.
Yeah, so it's like we need to start a season at least 1-0. Just one season.
Did you say like 1-1? So you saying 1-1 is saying, 1-0 is saying you're gonna beat us week 1. And that's blasphemy.
Well, listen. So who is this sitting to? What is this? My left? That's my left. Who is this?
Yeah. That is the Jags Roar podcast.
Okay. How are you? Nice to meet you, sir.
Yeah, good to meet you, man.
That mic is awesome, bro. Sounds good.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
Yeah, I got a question for you. I don't want to take over the show, but I got a question for you. I've been hearing a lot. I saw some Jag fans. They upset me a little bit. They were saying like that Walker was the better pick and he was just going to get the best of Aiden on when we match up against you guys. What are your thoughts, if you have any non-biased or biased thoughts about that, about the Jaguars, man, and what they've done this year?
Yeah, I mean, I tend to try to give, the unbiased approach, when I talk about the Jaguars, and I think they had a great draft, man. I give it maybe, an A-. I think it was, Trayvon Walker's a guy, they went with him obviously because I think he could do a lot of things. I mean, he didn't have great stats. I mean, and I kind of understand that with the defense, the Georgia defense that he was in, with Jordan Davis and Nakobe Dean and all those really great pieces around him. But he can do a lot of different things. He can rush the passer. He can drop back in coverage. He's fast. I mean, I think he had like one of the top 40 times in the combine. I like that they went very like heavy defense in this draft with like Devin Lloyd at linebacker, probably the best linebacker in the draft. And it's hopefully return to Saxonville, man. That's what I want, man.
That took y'all to the title game, didn't it? That Jacksonville defense,
absolutely.
What's the word coming out of camp on him? Any news?
I think he's doing okay. He's doing pretty well. The defense looks good. The defensive line, big guys all up front. Devon Hamilton. You have guys like Adam Gotsis. They're all doing pretty well. I think the defensive line will be really good, and it'll just be interesting to see how the secondary is, man. That's what I think is kind of the weakest link for this Jacksonville defense.
Got to put you on the spot. Who wins that game? Just early predictions. I know we got injuries. We got the season. For entertainment purposes only, who you think wins that game? You won't. No bias here, man.
Jacksonville. You're talking about Jacksonville,
Detroit. Yeah. Who you think wins that game?
Oh man, that's a close. I think it's going to be a close one.
It's going to be a close one.
I think, honestly, I think Detroit goes with the upset here.
What?
Yeah,
what?
I think people are going to sleep on Detroit.
Yeah, I think that's the best thing we have going for us, to be honest.
Yeah, and I think Jacksonville, dude, we lay eggs, man. So it's like,
hey, we do too.
We right there. Hey, look, I think BIRDGANG the only one that's got any type of confidence in his team. A Super Bowl under his belt.
But you guys should though. You got young promise. You know, and then for Jacksonville, like I really think just having Dougie Pease will make him better. Urban Meyer was a joke.
Yeah, he was.
Year.
That was a
he
nightmare.
Did dumb things. He made dumb moves early in the season. It's like you knew that nothing good was coming out there. Then you had ETN didn't even play last year. That was a top draft pick there. He has a lot of talent that we're still going to see. Like is he going to come out and ball out this year? And Robinson definitely did good in his absence. So they got a lot of talent over there in Jacksonville. I think Dougie Pease was just a coach to kind of get in there and get everything squared away. So I think they're going to be a lot better than last year for sure.
Nice.
Agreed.
New member.
Hey, appreciate that, Ibrahim. Welcome to the rookie class. Hold on a second.
Here comes the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money.
Hey, appreciate that, Ibrahim.
Man, it's been a while. It's been a while. Yes, Trav. So I want to harass these two real quick as I slid in.
Hey, it's all good, man. We having some fun, and man, it's been a minute since you've been on the channel too, Greg.
I had to go live real quick, get some things off my chest. It's out there now. So, but I'm happy to be over here chopping it up with my homie, and showing the love.
Absolutely, I appreciate
Grit,
that.
what do you think about your lines? Jared Goff, is he going to take that next step, or
He
you
is.
think
He is. I am a believer
this year?
I'm a believer in Jared Goff, man. I am, and I'm all about like the underdog, misunderstood, disrespected, underappreciated, a guy who has something to prove. And I think that Jared Goff is going to do better than he did last year. I think our wide receiver core is a lot different than it was last year. And I think that he's got – I think it was one of them cases of being like a strange man in a strange land. You're abruptly traded. You're not even told about the trade. And I think that got in his head. And then the offensive line is hurt. We have no receivers, none of that stuff. Man, I think he's going to do a lot better this year, especially when Jameson comes back and if the offensive line can stay healthy. So I believe in him, man. And I'm going to support him until he's not our quarterback anymore. I'm not going to turn my back on my quarterback.
Absolutely. Shout out to William Corpus. He has to get up at 5 a.m. So, hey, appreciate you coming out, brother.
Night, man.
Yeah, I'm 100% with you, Grit, on that one. Like, I'm pro Jared Goff. That's my quarterback. Hey, that's my quarterback. And, you know,
I'll be doing that for Jay Hurts all year long.
You know,
get off of that, my quarterback.
Right?
Classic soundbite.
Oh, absolutely. And it's like, you know, I definitely want to see him succeed. And I think that if we could get our guys healthy, like or like Jameson Williams and things like that, like I feel that the sky could be the limit for us.
Yeah.
And for Jared Goff.
Yeah. It's been a while since we haven't had 7 wins in almost 6 years or 6 years. So yeah, it'd be nice to get
Since
on that
Jim
side.
Caldwell.
Yep. Since Jim Caldwell's last year. Yeah. So I'm excited about it, man. And I hope that this Hard Knocks and the draft, and I hope the team shares that same kind of excitement and gets out there and gives us something to cheer for, man. Because like they were doing at the end of the year. I mean, I saw a stat that we were better than at least a third of the teams in the league, as good as or better than over the last 6 games. The Rams actually went 3-3, and so did we. So we were like up there with them. And, you know, if we can continue on that success with a better team, healthy offensive line, we get Jameson Williams back mid-season, man, we really could take this team, like, make a big step to the next level.
Hey, Grit, I'm hoping that Jameson Williams come back week 1. Bold prediction.
I don't think they're gonna let him, man. I think they're gonna hold him off. I would love to see him week 1, but I think they're gonna hold him off.
Yeah, I hope not, though. Just because I feel like, I mean, if you look at the Cam Akers injury last year, he had a shorter amount of time, and that's even a worse injury than an ACL. Like, he had an Achilles injury, came back for the postseason, and played in a Super Bowl and won a Super Bowl.
It was a vital piece. Absolutely,
vital piece in that championship run. So it's like it's almost around that same time frame.
I think they're gonna baby him though, Trox. I think they're gonna like, you know, rock a bye, and because they know that this guy is. I agree with you. I think if the doctors say, "Hey, he's ready," then I say let the dude play. But I think they're gonna be like, no, because you know how Brad and Dan were so eager to get him and so excited. I think they're gonna put him in that little bubble. He's gonna be bubble boy for the first half of the season.
Yeah. Question for your Lions fans. He says, ask Swift or Williams at running back. Who's number 1?
I'm gonna definitely say Swift. I don't know what you say, Grid.
Yeah, absolutely. Over Jamal, yeah. Swift is a more dynamic runner. I'm
he could do a lot more different things than because Williams is more of our power back guy, and Swift is our more like our Alvin Kamara. That's Swift.
Mm-hmm.
Our Mark Ingram. That's Jamal Williams. Like if you're going to that Saints type to Detroit Lions, like that's the comparison of what we have right now with it.
I agree. We got to get the Jag roar. That's kind of tough to say, man. That's hard for me to say that together.
It's kind of a play on words, like Jaguar.
It is.
I
actually saw you. I saw you because I am along with Troxel looking for content creators, and you were one of the first person I saw Locked On Jags, and I saw you, and it's another bigger Jags guy. Like I forgot his name, man. He's got a little.
You see a Jaguar?
Yup, him. Yeah. So you already know it's like y'all in the same batch. If you search Jags, you're gonna see you.
Yeah, man. Like, how do you guys feel about Aiden? I mean, I don't know if I'm coming in late to the conversation and you guys already talked about him, but I saw him going up against Penei Sewell and your left tackle, who's
Yeah.
really good. I mean, do you guys feel like he's having a good camp or?
Trox?
I think he is. You know, I do want to see a little bit more assertiveness, a little bit, where he's just like, okay, sometimes you just gotta be like, okay, I know what I got to do, but scrap that. I'm going to get to the quarterback, even if it's two-hand touch. Obviously, you can't really touch the quarterback too much. It's practice. You want your quarterback upright, but sometimes you just gotta go. You know, and there's some times where Penei Sewell has you know put Aiden on his backside.
Yeah, so did TJ Hawkinson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it, man. I think that he's gonna have some growing pains, but I think when it's all said and done, that he's going to live up to his expectations. I do. I think he's gonna I think he's gonna also bulk up a bit next year. I feel like there's some bulk coming as well. He got to put a couple pounds on him, and I think. But one thing I like about Aiden is he's more of a listener than a talker, and that's what's coming out of camp is that he comes in kind of. He doesn't say anything, but he puts in work. So, but even Dan Campbell said that he has some growing to do, and it was good for TJ to kind of show. He called him a welcome to the NFL moment. So I think he's gonna have those growing pains, man. But I love the pick. He's the guy that I wanted. So I was ecstatic when we heard that the Jags didn't take him. It was so that's the guy I wanted. Keep him at home, man. And I've wanted a guy like him for a long time. So I think he's gonna be okay.
Yeah, great. You've been on that defensive end train since
For a long time.
Since I met you, 2019.
Yeah. Yep. I have been on it for a long time. We missed out on Chase by one. I know he's hurt now, but we missed out on a couple other ones, man, by one. The year we took TJ, we missed, I think it was Josh Allen.
Yep,
we missed
Josh Allen of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Yeah, so it's like, can we get one? And then when he was up and is it going to be Walker? Is it going to be Hutch? Is Hamilton going to jump in the conversation? And then to get him, I was like, finally. And I'm happy, man. I'm excited.
Yeah, I think he could be like, once he develops, gets some of those growing pains, those rookie growing pains out of the way and starts learning the game a little bit more, bulking up. He could be potentially one of those JJ Watt type of players, right? Like could be that. He seems like he's got a lot of leadership qualities, and he was respected over at Michigan. I don't think he was playing against the SEC caliber, per se. And that was one of the concerns, right? The Georgia game where he got just kind of shut out of it. But maybe, with some coaching, he develops some additional technique and starts to be able to really be that elite player.
Yeah, I hope so. And I agree as well.
I mean, we did have to go up against Ohio State each and every single year. I mean, I know, like I said earlier in the show, I mean, SEC is the NCAA's darling. Like, everybody gets that. But one of the better competitions outside of SEC country is, I feel, the Big Ten. And, because you got a lot of guys. And now you're about to add USC to the mix. You're about to add, I think, another team too. I want to say... Washington. I think it might be Washington. I'm not too sure. I know it's 2 Pac-12 that are joining the Big Ten, and it's just like it's starting to even grow even more. And outside in the Pac-12, like that's one of the biggest colleges is USC. And things like that. So it's like to get those to come into that, it's like we're gonna start getting better competition. So I feel like Big Ten. I don't know if they'll be able to overthrow the SEC because, like I said, it's the NCAA's darling. But at least we could be on par to where it's like, okay, we're going to have some good competition now. There's no more, perfect seasons. Now if there's, interchangeable conference play, now it's going to be a dogfight. And as a fan of the game, that's all I can ask for. Give me a good game. I don't want to see blowouts. I don't want to see perfect seasons. Give me some dirt on the team. You bang your knee up and you lose a game and you come back the next week even stronger. Like, let me see stuff like that. Let me see growing pains, because everybody could be playing at a high level, 12-0. But how many players are going to be playing at a high level when they get, one loss or two losses? And that's where I feel like the NCAA needs to expand the playoffs. Instead of 4 teams, maybe 6 or 8 teams.
Now I got a question. I got a question for these gentlemen, because Trox and I have been at the bottom as far as our team. We've been at the bottom for a long time, and we got like two sides of the spectrum here. We got JR, who has a fairly new team, and they're going through some things as well. And then we got BIRDGANG, who wins the Super Bowl, and it's like, so I'm kind of trying to get some idea from you two, BIRDGANG and JR, like, what is it like to be, because we know what misery feels like. And for JR, what do y'all feel, man, being a fairly new team compared to the rest of the NFL and having that support behind them? How do you guys deal with the losing seasons and all of that stuff? How do you get through it?
Yeah, man. I mean, we've had some spurts, right? Like the Jaguars, they were a team in 1995, and I became a fan essentially when that team was started as an expansion team. And then we had like 2 insane years, right? In 1996. And I think we went to the AFC Championship game and beat a couple of really, big teams, the Bills. We beat, I think
that was the big shoulder pad days. That was that was those days. Yeah, I remember that.
The Natron Means days where, yeah. So we beat those 2 teams, the Broncos and the Bills. And then in 99, we kind of choked against the Titans in the AFC Championship game. And then had a couple other runs there with Jack Del Rio later on. But yeah, man, we have a great Twitter presence. Don't mess with Jags fans on Twitter. That's all I can say. They'll come after you. And yeah, I mean, just the great fan base, the Jags fans are just they've gone through a lot of hard times. It's a lot of losing, especially with Urban Meyer. Just I don't know.
That was a nightmare, an absolute nightmare.
It was like pouring gas on a fire. I just didn't want him to be the coach, and he had all that baggage. I'm a Florida fan, so I know about Urban Meyer and like his college coaching days, and just I don't know, man. He set us back a lot, so we're picking up the pieces, and I mean, we got a good coach now, I think, who's going to be trying to fix the culture and trying to get a culture of winning established. So I think it's possible. We do have an issue with our GM, I think, which I don't know if you Trent Baalke, who is over with the 49ers, who wasn't successful over there. He's our GM right now. I think that's the biggest barrier right now to Doug Peterson's success is the front office. So, I see him being successful. But with Trent Baalke, that's going to definitely be an uphill battle.
Okay, BG, what about you, man? The other side of that spectrum, having come off that Super Bowl and all that stuff.
Man, you still got to realize 2 years ago we were 4-12. So it's like, I get what you're saying. Like, I just feel like the Eagles are always going to be a winning organization. We kind of do it right. We build from the, inside out, get those lines set up and then let those skill position players grow. So I don't know. I feel like every year could be our year. With the Philadelphia Eagles. He's like,
I don't think you understand. Trox, have you told him about our history, bro? Like the history of the Detroit Lions. It's not a good history.
Hey, since 1967, we have 12 playoff appearances, 1 playoff appearance since 1991, and 0 Super Bowl appearances.
Yeah, we got 1 playoff win since 1991.
Yeah.
0. We've never been, and we've got this expansion team over here that's nearing 30 years old. And they got just as close as we did, and they're in there with us, but they've been around for less than 30 years. We've been around for almost 100. So it's like, and you guys are coming off a Super Bowl, bro, like this. But I love that you said every year, like you feel like it's your year. And I think that goes a lot with the culture and what you guys are. I think Trox, for us, is this year, like just recently, like the Matt Patricia days was like what are we doing? I never wanted him.
That's like the Urban Meyers, and that's why
Yeah.
like when he first came on the Jaguar, I said, I felt bad for you guys because it's like you had to go through that Urban Meyer situation where we had to go through our Matt Patricia era. We also had to deal with the Rod Marinelli era too.
Yeah, but I'll take that 10 times over than Matt Patricia.
Absolutely, because they were actually competitive.
Yeah, and they respected him. This guy, I don't know what he was.
I like Jim Caldwell, man. You guys, I don't know why you guys fired him. I mean, I thought he was a great, and I was for him. I was for the Jags picking him up. I thought he would have been a good.
Yeah, I was too. I was hoping because he was in the mix for that.
Yeah.
I want to see that man coach again. He deserves to coach again. Yeah.
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 Definitely.
I just feel like if Jim Caldwell could get a NFL coaching job, like a head coaching job, that can finally break our narrative of no former Detroit Lions head coach can coach again in the NFL.
Yeah, we have not had a single head coach, be a head coach of another team that is not an interim coach.
Yeah.
Once you leave this team, that's it. Your chances are done. And Caldwell has been up a couple of times for a couple of different teams. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's tough. I just hope that this year, but JR, so you guys had a couple of like back-to-back losing seasons. You got the first pick 2 years in a row. And Trox, I don't know when the last time, if that's ever happened to us, but I know that has to be tough, man, because the football season is short. We wait so long to get here, and that has to be tough. But you said that the draft was done very well. How are your feelings? How are you going into this season, man? What's the outlook this season with your team?
Yeah, I think hopefully it's winning more games, man. There's there's a lot more optimistic Jags fans that are saying, "Oh, we're gonna make a wild card run." I don't know how you can justify that really with being the worst team 2 years in a row and drafting first. I mean. Maybe I don't know enough about Doug Peterson and BG can maybe jump in there and tell me a little bit more about that. But I don't see the Jags. I mean, I see the Jags maybe winning about 5 games, maybe 7, if they're lucky this season. And I think that's a success, considering the last 2 seasons of just being the worst team in the league and drafting, first, twice in a row. But there's a lot of weapons there, man. To me, Rome's not built in a day. That these, I think this is really, it's going to be a rebuild season again, unfortunately, just because of, we've had 3 coaches in 3 years. We're on a third.
Wow,
coach.
yeah.
We had Marone, then now we had Urban Meyer, and now we got Peterson. So, I mean, when you think about the turnover, like having to learn a new system every year, and your rookies and personnel there just never having any consistency. It's like being at a job, and just your leadership just going out the door, every single year. You're never going to accomplish your objectives. So that's the way I look at it, man. You have to build a system.
Yeah. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's tough, but at least you've got that like optimism. You're not completely down, but like you have some type of faith in them. And I think that would be a big jump hit. They have us at 6 wins, so we're not too far behind. Yeah.
You guys got a great coach too, man. It's Dan Campbell. You're hearing a lot of good things. I mean, I think it's like you said, just got to put the pieces together, and I think he's going to do some good things.
But we always are putting the pieces together. We're sick of putting pieces together. Exactly. It's time to finish the puzzle and get a playoff win. I mean, the division title, we've never won that. Nothing.
Not
you guys
have North.
Yep, not in it. Yeah, exactly. So last time we won, I was going to high school, and the Central was still a thing. So that was a long time ago.
I've read these.
Absolutely. What's up, Greg? How's it going, brother?
What do you guys think would be a team that, if you're not talking about none of our teams, like what would be a sleeper team that you're interested in watching this year?
Sleeper team. That's tough.
That is a very good question.
Now that you're taking our team out the equation. I don't know. I haven't really thought that far because I've been giving all my attention to the Lions. So I don't know. I would have to think about that one, BG.
You know what? I'm going to go out there on a limb, and I'm going to say Los Angeles Chargers. They
They're
went
not
out
really a
got
sleeper team, though. They were
but I
one.
mean,
Yeah, they're good.
Yeah,
but
they were like,
They didn't go to the playoffs though.
man, but they were one bad coaching decision away from tying that game and going to the playoffs.
But they
They
didn't.
literally were right there.
yeah, I mean, but they did. They missed the postseason. But and then on top of that, though, like, this is actually technically what year 2 of the Brandon. I forgot his last name.
Staley.
Yeah, Staley's coaching tender.
Mhm.
What kind of development are
Bro, they are not a sleeper team. Everybody expecting the Chargers to do some damage this year. I don't think they're respected, but they're not sleepers.
I mean,
Sleeper
Yeah.
team would be like
I
our
mean, but-
team or somebody
but
somebody
we're
that was at
taking
the
our
bottom of
teams
the
out though, right?
yeah. But I mean, what's another bottom division team?
What about the Jets? What do you guys feel about the Jets?
The
I feel-
Jets, they
Yeah.
had a great
Right.
draft.
They did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
they
awesome
did, but
draft.
they're not there yet. I think they
think
got
they could
one more
surprise me.
season.
I think they could surprise some people. I mean, Jermaine Johnson, Sauce Gardner. I mean,
They got that running back too, Bryce Hall.
Yeah.
Was that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Brees Hall, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you know what? That's not a bad, but they're in a tough. That AFC is
Yeah.
tough, man.
They got to go up against the Bills. They got to pay Patriots.
Patriots. So that's at
Yeah.
least
Yeah.
6 losses. Because
Yeah.
who's the other team in that division?
The Bills, the Patriots, the Dolphins,
The Dolphins.
the Jets, and who's that 5th team?
No, it's only 4.
They're 4.
Is it 4?
Mm,
Yeah.
mhm.
Oh yeah, that's basketball. I'm thinking 5.
Yeah, you mixing your sports up.
Hey, I need to stop making channels.
I was gonna say that's because you got too many channels. Hey, I have too many channels.
Yeah.
Oh man. You know what, the Jets? I don't know. That could be.
The
That could be.
Raiders.
Yeah.
That really sleeper?
I
No.
mean, yeah,
If
no.
you
I would-
went to the playoffs, you're not a sleeper. You can't be a sleeper having made the playoffs.
Yeah.
That's like the Rams. Like a lot of people got them making the Super Bowl or trying to repeat, which hasn't been done in a long time. But they're definitely not sleepers.
Y'all know you got me Googling all the teams.
I know,
and
me too. That's what I'm doing right
like,
now.
hold on.
That was a great question.
That was a very good question.
what do you guys think about the Colts? I hate to say this, but they're in our division, but I think they could surprise some people.
Yeah.
Having Matt Ryan there as a veteran, great running game with Jonathan Taylor, got some decent receivers. The Yannick Ngakoue, DeForest Buckner, defense looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I think they could surprise some teams.
They might be knocking on the playoff door.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depending on how Matt Ryan does. I think he could pull a Phillip Rivers type season.
Yeah.
He could.
Because he can be
He
more
could.
consistent than Carson.
Oh.
I think that's the difference. He's more of a vet. You know what you get out of him. You can scheme up plays that are good for him, because you got enough game tape on him. And he's not sensitive. He played on a really bad Atlanta team and still went out there and put up numbers. So I would say that,
Hey, I'd want to give a shout out first because as soon as I seen the team and then I looked at the chat, Eagles fan says Saints. And absolutely, you got to remember one thing, like they had a horrible season because they lost so many pieces. I mean, they were on like their 4th or 5th quarterback during the season. Now you're finally getting Jameson Winston back. You're getting your pieces back. You finally got your number 1 wide receiver in Michael Thomas back. So it's like they could be a sleeper team.
Yeah, Olave.
Okay, but
Yeah,
here's the
Chris
thing.
Olave and things like
If
that.
we're talking about sleepers, we're talking about somebody that you don't expect to see coming. And the Saints were like a game out of the playoffs.
Whoa, without Sean Payton and Drew Brees, though.
Right.
That's
No,
what I
Drew-
think.
Drew
Like,
didn't
even
play-
though
he
Jameson
didn't play
last
last
year,
year.
he was
Yeah.
5-2 before he got
Okay,
hurt.
I'm talking about like, for instance, so the Baltimore Ravens were at the bottom of the AFC North, but they're not really
They
a
were
sleeper.
only one game. Yeah, but
Yeah.
the Saints were only one game over 500. They were 9-8.
Yeah, but they were also like one game out of the playoffs. So like we were the second pick. So I think if you say sleeper team, you got to be talking at least the top 10 picks in the draft.
Well,
You can't have.
I ain't gonna say no Bears and nothing like that
Oh
because
no! I was gonna say it's, to me honestly. I honestly
I ain't gonna
believe
say no Bears.
with zero bias, 100%. I think that it's our team. I really do believe that because of how we finished last year, the draft that we had. We didn't do much in free agency, but the way that we finished the year, if we can continue on that with more pieces to the puzzle, I honestly believe if you take the teams out of the top 10 aside from the Jets, I think it's got to be our team. I don't think it's the Commanders. I don't think it's those guys. They still need to figure out what they're doing at quarterback.
Actually, real talk. If I'm going to make a bold prediction, if the New York Giants go and trade with the San Francisco 49ers for Jimmy Garoppolo, I will put the New York Giants firmly in that sleeper pick.
I think he winds up
putting
there.
Stuff in the air like that, man.
It's either there or Seattle.
Yeah,
I think he goes there or Seattle. But will San Francisco trade him in the division? That's
twice.
Yeah,
I don't see that. But I could definitely see the New York Giants making a move because I mean you guys stop and think about it. Everybody's seen the turf monster, play for a lot of games. Like he's had 38 games or something like that.
Yeah.
And he's like 45 and 48 or something like that with touchdowns to interceptions. Like you've seen the ship. That ship needs to sail.
Yeah.
Get yourself a quarterback, even if it's for a year or two. Go out and draft yourself another quarterback and really put together something. Because, I mean, you really – outside of the Giants, okay, so you take out the Giants, you take out the Commanders, all you have is the Eagles and the Cowboys. There's no real competition still in that division outside of those two teams. Like, it's those two teams and the other two. It's like those other two don't even belong there. But if they go out and trade, make an actual reasonable trade, go out and get Jimmy G, even if it's for a year or two. Go get your quarterback in the draft. Maybe it's this draft where maybe you get a Spencer Rattler or a who's that other dude that's like shooting up draft boards and stuff like that early on.
You mentioned draft, man. You actually mentioned the draft.
I mean, this is going into like the whole entire.
I can't deal with it. I can't deal because Lions fans, we start talking about the draft in week 4.
hey, we haven't even played a preseason game already.
I know, can we not?
Week 4.
Oh man, it makes me crazy, bro.
You guys gotta be traumatized.
Yes. Listen, I'm serious. I have to. We're by the time we were 0-4, people are like, So let's talk about the draft, and I refuse to talk about the draft during the season. The season is so short; it goes by so fast. Even if it sucks, I want to enjoy it. We got all this time for speculation and who's going to do this, and Malik Willis can go number 2. No, he didn't. So it's like, no, can we not do this? Because we have plenty of time to do that. Yeah. So let's take this season, as bad as it is, and have a good time. Whether even if it's a bad
you guys
time.
are better at the draft. Come draft time, since you start so early, like, do you have a full scouting report on all the players coming out?
Hey, we probably have better scouting reports than some of these scouts.
Listen, you got to understand, this is our Super Bowl. The draft is our Super Bowl. It's when the hope is at the all-time highest. That's why I can't believe like you talk about a team every year. Trox and I do a bunch of games every year, and it's one team that really starts to kind of win the America over. It was the Browns a couple years ago, the Washington football team last year. The Bengals kind of came out of nowhere. This year, I think it's going to be us. We have zero primetime games. We have no games after 1:00 except or before, which is Thanksgiving. And I think that and this is with no bias. I really believe that the NFL that's starting to happen. But for our team, we are so bad that we're already looking like we want to remove ourselves from the season and fast forward to when we know that there's hope, which is when we're not playing.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Yeah, it's bad here in Detroit.
It is bad, but that's because we don't have anything. We don't have a Super Bowl like you guys. We don't even have an AFC title game like
I
the
mean,
Jags.
we have 4 NFL championships. We have, the division title back in 91.
91.
I'm sorry, conference title back in 91. No.
We won the division.
Yeah,
were
we won
12
the
and
division.
4.
Yeah,
And we won the division and a playoff game in the same year.
yeah.
And we've never
did you
done
say?
either since.
Did you say you got 4 world championships though?
Yeah. Back in
Ooh.
our last one was 19.
Hey, I count them in Philly. I don't care. When all the Cowboys come in here talking all their mess, I'd be like, "Yeah, we got 1 less than you because we had 3 world championships and we had 1 Super Bowl. So that means 4 championships.
Yeah.
4.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Bird Gang.
You
Does
gotta count
anybody
it. It
talk
was
about the
football.
world championships?
It was football.
It was.
Hey,
But
it's
the
so
Super
Detroit
Bowl
Lions.
era.
There's only, if you do that, though, how many Super Bowls are there? 50, what?
56.
54?
We just
Yeah,
had 56.
Okay, and how long has the league NFL been around?
More
Like,
than 100. 102.
exactly. So why are we only counting the last 56?
Because it didn't matter. It doesn't matter before that. It really doesn't.
There was
That's
good
why
players back then.
It was, but it wasn't the same. The Super Bowl, the NFL is a money-making machine. The Super Bowl is the biggest watch program every single year. So that's why nobody talks about that.
But you go back and you hear all the stories about Bart Starr and all these other big name stars. They still have records in the record book.
That
if
is
you're
true.
gonna count that, you might as well count their teams and being dominant in the era they played.
Well, hey, okay, we were dominant back in 1957.
There you go.
That
Say
was
it
the
with
year-
your chest.
That was the year my mother was born. Come on, man.
You gotta be like, we got 3 rings, my guy. 3 rings.
You know what?
They might have been made out of copper at that time,
I-
but they are rings nonetheless.
I would rather have not claim that at all. I'm not
Hey, I would trade my 4 world championships for 1 Super Bowl, though.
absolutely.
I will say that just because that's the modern day championship.
It's not the same. There weren't even 32 teams, I don't think, back in 57.
No,
So
But there's a lot of teams that haven't even won a Super Bowl, though, for real.
it's only I think it's 12. It's 12 that's never won.
That's a lot.
That's a third of the league. And then there's
3 teams, including us, so 4 that's never been to a Super Bowl.
at least we got one sitting with us.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Man, we were so close, like so many
Yeah.
times too. Like
I know.
Yeah.
Patriots,
Bro, 2000, what was that? 17, 18? I was rooting for y'all, man.
Yeah, I was too.
I was like beat because who did y'all play? Was it the Patriots?
yeah,
I was like, beat the Patriots. Everybody was on y'all. I was so please go. I feel like I was a Jack fan.
and we got screwed out of that play, man. That Miles Jack
You
play.
did. Yes,
Yeah.
you did.
Well,
We
that's,
didn't want
Welcome
that.
to the world.
that's the NFL though. Like
Welcome to our.
that's why I always tell people, like, look, if you got a tough opponent, blow them out, because if you keep it close, the refs are going to give it to the
Where was that game at?
popular team.
That was in New England. There,
What were y'all that year? 11-5, something
I think
around
we-
there.
10-6.
10-6. Okay.
Yeah, but and then we lost them again. I think in like 2007 or something. We had like David Garrard, and they had Brady too, and that was a
remember
close
that
game.
too. Now,
Yeah, I
okay,
remember that.
let me ask you a question. If you don't have Blake Bortles, do you win that game? What do you think?
It depends who we have. Like,
Okay, because I'm like anybody. I mean that just shows you how a team can carry a quarterback.
Yeah.
Because I am not a Blake
yeah.
Bortles fan.
Well,
bro.
I mean, look at even the 2000 what do you call it? Baltimore Ravens. Like that entire team
Trent
carried. Yeah, that entire team carried Trent Dilfer.
Absolutely. Hey, carried him all the way to a Super Bowl.
Hey,
Man,
Brad
I
Johnson,
guarantee you, any
Right.
quarterback would
Brad
take that.
Johnson on the Tampa Bay when they won.
it made me cry.
You said say that again, BG.
I said Brad Johnson on the Tampa Bay when they won. Right?
yeah.
I think
When they won their Super Bowl, he wasn't
Yeah.
that great of a quarterback.
that's true. He wasn't.
Yeah.
Flacco.
we had Fournette. I mean, and I noticed someone in the comments. I think it was Matt Productions was
Yep.
was
He's-
saying that
he's
Fournette was better over in Tampa Bay than he was in Jacksonville. I mean, I wish we
he's
kept
the
him, man.
Yeah, he's been the same player. You know, Leonard Fournette, he's been the same player. You better guard him, otherwise he's going to let loose.
Yeah, I would have loved to have him with James Robinson, just like that duo. Can you imagine that? Like
James Robinson,
James Robinson and
Etienne.
Yeah, that would be.
That's a trio.
Yeah.
Is Etienne, is he ready to go this year, or is he going to be out for a little while?
He's ready. Yeah,
okay.
He's coming off that Liz Frank injury. So we'll see how it goes. It's hard. That's a hard injury to come back from, but people are saying he's looking good in camp and looking like he's really healthy. So,
well, that's good.
Yeah,
that's good. Yes,
so
Bert. Go ahead.
Oh, so I got a question for you for tomorrow. What is your prediction for tomorrow? Like, as far as, okay, do you think like win-loss, and also like what do you want to see tomorrow night?
Really what I want to see is the defense. You know, I want to see the defense fly around and make some plays. You know, I want to see a lot from Devin Lloyd, like rookies like Devin Lloyd, Chad Muma, a guy we drafted out of Wyoming, so the linebacking core. I want to see the secondary play well. The offense, you know, Trevor Lawrence isn't going to be, you know, at QB, so hopefully, Etienne's not going to be there either, so it's going to be just pretty much Snoop Connor who's going to be getting carry. So hopefully, you know, we see some good performance out of him, and the offensive line, you know, does well. So that's really what I'm looking for, but I really honestly don't care if they win or lose. I just want to see the players, you know, progress and start to show some nice plays.
Absolutely. Okay. Grid, were you about to say something before I asked the question?
Oh, yeah, I don't remember. You know, I'm old. I forget. What did you say? Oh, man.
But I mean, okay, so what is your guys's like outlook on the season? We'll start like going through your team. So we'll start with you, BG.
Super Bowl.
Like what's your outlook on the season? Like,
I see the Eagles going deep into the playoffs, possibly Super Bowl, if everything goes right. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got depth, so injuries could happen to some players and not the others. But really, it's just all about our coaching staff. They can get these guys in the right position to win games. We got the talent. You know, how we filled up our whole wish list. Every position we wanted, we got this off season. So it's sky's the limit. Like, you know, we were struggling last year as a young team, learning the systems on offense and defense, right? So you got those same players coming back. You know, Jalen Hurts coming back in the same system for 2 years in a row. I think the Eagles, you know, sky's the limit, man. These guys can be as good as they want to be. I really stopped looking at the East. I think that, you know, we can actually be a top team in the league this year, you know, with all the talent that we have out there. If everybody produces at the level that they're supposed to, obviously.
Yeah. Gray, what's your outlook on the season?
Oh, man. To not be talking about the draft in week 4. I want to see these. I have to keep it 100. I want to see wins. That's you know me, Trox. I'm always want to see wins, man. We've been talking about wins since we've been on this platform.
Oh, yeah.
I love the fight that we saw from our team, but I think you have to see. I think that we have to win because I think Dan Campbell is on a little bit of a Cinderella story, and I think that he wasn't there week 12. He wasn't there that tie against the Pittsburgh Steelers. He was there going 3-3 at the end of the season. We got the draft. We got hard knocks. We got to capitalize on this. We can't go 3-12-1. We can't even go 6-11 or 5-11 like Matt Patricia before and Darrell Bevel. I want to see wins, and even though I want to see wins, I think this team is capable, healthy. Jared Goff's going to be more comfortable. DeAndre Swift, hopefully he plays more games than he has. Jeff Okuda comes back. I'm rooting for the whole team. I think that honestly, the NFL finally gave us a decent schedule, and if we can start off where we're at least 500, then I think we can end the season on a bit of a tear, and I think we can sneak in number 6 or number 7, and I think that will exceed expectations because they have us at 6.5 wins. So if we get to anything past that, then he's exceeded. Our team has exceeded. So my thing, and that's not being biased. That's looking at this team realistically. Our schedule, obviously, you got health and all that. So I want to see wins more than 3, preferably.
Hey, no, I want to see more than 7.
I was so rooting for Dan Campbell to get more than 7.
Yeah.
His first year, because that's something Matt Patricia never got.
Yeah.
Never got. So, and they fired a man
With
who
7
had
or
that.
more.
Yeah.
Yep.
They fired a man who had that for a man who never got it. So, yeah.
Yep. What about you, the Jaguar podcast?
Yeah, same thing, man. Just to get some more wins. I see it probably between 5 and 7 wins. Hopefully we're better than the Texans in our division. I think we'll not be that good this year. But hopefully Trevor Lawrence is showing more progress, making plays. The offense starts to kind of open up and shine there with all those weapons we talked about, right? Like James Robinson, ETN, Jamal Agnew, etc. Hoping the defense gets better, starts, becoming that Jacksonville defense that it once was back in 2017, and building that culture up with Doug Peterson, and hopefully, just like I said, progress and movement forward.
Okay. As a Lions fan, I mean, I think Greg kind of said it the best. So I'm gonna leave him with that one. I mean, I want to see the wins. I want to see development. I want to see, the guys playing for each other. I want to see our guys being healthy for a year. Something that we really haven't seen since the Jim Caldwell era, where our main guys are healthy. I want to see our main guys healthy. Our Jeff Okudas, our Frank Ragnalls, our Taylor Deckers, all of our guys that are our mainstays. I want them to be healthy. Let's see what this team finally has, because we really haven't been able to really gauge what we have or what we don't, because guys are not out there on the practice field. Guys are not out there on Sundays. So I do want to see that. I think if everything goes well, I could see, 10, 11 wins. If things go bad, I do think that we're above 3 wins. I got us right around 7, 8 wins.
Nick Young. That's the Nick. When you said 10, 11, I gave you the Nick Young face.
Oh no, I'm saying, like, if everything goes like our way,
that would be fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Like, I mean, I'm talking about like Jameson Williams plays week 1 throughout the whole entire year. I'm talking about like our guys being healthy and ready from start to finish.
Yeah.
If we have that, or things like that, like, there's a possibility that we can have a really good season. Outside of linebackers, that's really our only question mark.
Yeah.
Outside of also maybe is Jeff Okuda the guy at number 2.
Yeah.
Outside of that, I mean, linebackers are real main question. Outside of that, we don't really have a whole lot of question marks.
Yeah.
Not like we did last year, where our
last year we had
this and that.
Yeah. I am worried about our backup quarterback situation, but hopefully we never have to. Hopefully Jared can stay upright and inside.
Jared Goff's my quarterback. Is this gonna be a long?
Don't worry, guys. If Jared gets hurt, you can always get Minshew. We make a trade with you guys.
Hey, we'll take it.
Hey, I'll take it.
We would take it. We would take it.
Oh, I never seen no one know that excited for
you don't understand how bad.
No, Grid.
Wow.
Remember what I said last year? What did I say last year? I said I would make a trade with Jacksonville for Gardner Minshew.
Absolutely. You don't understand how bad our backup quarterback.
Yeah.
I think Minshew's a good quarterback, man. I'm a Minshew fan.
Thank you. Thank you.
I think he gets so much hate, and it was just because of the whole Trevor Lawrence, tanking thing and whatever. But I think he's a guy that's got great leadership, and he just makes plays, man. Like, people, he's got an energy around him. I don't know what it is, but he just makes things happen. It's fun to watch.
It's Minshew Mania. Like, it's just like, you get that aura, like you said, like, you just get that aura, and you just want to. It feeds the crowd, it feeds your players, and you just want to make them plays.
And I think he can win a game if Jared Goff goes down. Something that Blau and Boyle cannot do, have not done on our team. So yes, absolutely.
So what would be your floor, your ceiling, your actual? Like, for me, the Eagles' floor, I think there's no way the Eagles should lose. The lowest it should be is 11. 11 wins this year. We got to at least be 2 wins more than last year. Our team got dramatically better. The coaching staff's had a whole offseason to, make some tweaks and adjustments. Jalen Hurts going into the season, under the same system. That's something no one's ever seen from him. So I'm saying, like, if he only makes a little bit of a jump, 11 wins would be good. The ceiling is like 16-1. Like, I really look at our schedule for real, like, not even to be, too cocky, but the schedule is very favorable for the Philadelphia Eagles this year. The talent against teams that we're playing, theoretically we should beat everybody. There's not one person on the list this year I'm like, oh my God, we can't beat those guys. Will we win it all the games? This is just my projection. If everything were to go right, ceiling type season, 16-1. But my actual is 13-4. I think there's 4 games. Maybe if I think we could beat them all, there'll still be 4 teams. Maybe one division game. A couple of these sleeper teams. Like even the Jacksonville game, I worry a little bit. What if Dougie P just comes in with revenge and makes sure he coaches his best game? You know what I'm saying? And now we got a loss there. So there's some emotional games. The Tennessee game. Maybe A-Rod has a big game. I don't know. So but if I had to pick, I can't see us losing more than 4 games either.
Okay. Jaguar. What's yours?
For rank, or for record, sorry.
Yeah, floor and ceiling for your team. And floor, ceiling, actual. That was the question.
Yeah.
Floor, maybe like our ceiling rather, sorry. 8 and 9 maybe. Middle of the road, maybe like maybe like I don't know, maybe 7 wins, 7 and 10, and then absolutely worst, probably like a maybe 4-13.
Okay, so that's not the first overall pick, so that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. No, I'm serious. They had 2 years in a row. Yeah.
Yeah. Great. What about you?
Okay, so I think my ceiling and actual is the same. I'm gonna say 9 and 8. I mean, give or take like a game that they win that they're not supposed to. Like if they get the revenge on Matt Patricia and beat the Patriots, or something like that. I think the floor. That's a tough one because I don't think I've thought it because we've been on the bottom for so long. I mean, serious 3-12-1, 13-1. So it's like, so the floor, I would probably say the same thing it's always been, 3. 3 and 14. 3 and 14. That would be the floor. But I think that's a like subfloor basement. I think that's way too low. If we did that at the end of the season, which is when we won most of our games after in the last third of the season, with a banged up roster, I think we can win at least. So I'm going to say our floor. I'm going to go out and kind of say, I'm going to say 6 wins. I think we get 9. I'm going to say 6.
There you go.
6. Yeah.
So mine is for the Lions. I got ceiling. I'm going to say 10, give or take a game. My floor is going to be 6. My actual is going to be 8.
So we missed the playoffs.
For my actual, just barely. But I think that plays a lot for the draft. Finishing off the roster. This to me, I've always said 2023 is the year of Detroit.
Yeah, you have been saying that.
2023 is the year of Detroit where we're gonna win our games. We're going to beat a lot of people up. The whole kneecap situation, things like that. Like we're gonna literally go out there and bite people's kneecaps off. Mm-hmm. If we got to beat Ndamukong Suh, we're gonna beat Ndamukong Suh. Like we're coming out for blood because we, like you said, we've been at the bottom for so long. It is our time to finally get back to at least respectability. You gotta.
But when you say you want him to have one more bad year so you can get a good quarterback next year,
No,
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 that is not how we roll.
no.
like, you guys
I'm
are a
rolling with
fighting
Jared Goff.
team, right?
No,
You
I'm
guys
Jared.
have scrap, you guys have talent, but then
Yeah,
you're still able to get that franchise
I
quarterback.
mean,
Unless you guys
if
say that
we're
that's Goff.
this is my situation. If we ever get rid of Goff, okay, we have better have like Jared Goff play all 16, 17 games, and he's just that dang bad. Like he's just that bad. That's the only way I'm ever going to even remotely think, okay, maybe Brad Holmes cuts ties. But this is Brad Holmes' guy. Like he made Les Need in the Los Angeles Rams trade up for Jared Goff because he said this guy's going to be special in this league. He has a lot of faith in Jared Goff. So if the guy that I wanted in Detroit as a general manager says this guy is going to be the guy, I got to roll with the guy that I just said I wanted as general manager. It's like, Brett Holmes is my guy. I was the only YouTuber on the platform that says this guy could be the dark horse to win this job. And when he got it, I was just like, okay, this is my guy now. Like I got to roll with this, and he's done what he's supposed to do. He's gotten this roster better. I mean, who would have thought, his first year, yeah, it might have not looked good on paper, but man, the fight that this team had, we were the most feared 3-win team that teams had to play against. Like people did not want to play the Detroit Lions because they we actually got to work for 60 minutes. What? Because we're not going down. We've been down for so many years. We're not going down. It's going to take a lot for us to go down. And at the end of 60 minutes, the best team's going to win that night. Whether it's a division rival or not a division rival, or it's us, the best team is going to win that night because you went through, as I like to say, hellfire and brimstone in order to get to that 60th minute of that football game.
And that's what I keep on pointing out, that Jared Goff was up against probably the best quarterback in the league at the time and had to come back and lead his team to a win and did just that. And then last year he made some bonehead plays, but he also made some great plays. I think the issue with the Detroit Lions is
we didn't have nobody really to throw to.
And we had the same guy for 12 years. Yeah. And that's why we were, not me, but that's why the Detroit Rams were a thing, because we just could not let Matthew Stafford go. Stafford left, let him do his thing. He won. Okay. Jared Goff is
congratulations.
Well, you say congratulations. I say kick rocks with no shoes on. That's perfectly fine. Matthew Stafford, listen, my quarterback is Jared Goff. We got to put a team around him. Everybody forgets how Stafford had no team, and that's all he couldn't win. Then it was, the Detroit Lions that don't put a team around him. Now we're just going to let Jared Goff take all the blame like he's just that bad. He makes some boneheaded plays, but Matthew Stafford played like Brett Favre. He still does. He threw 3 consecutive pick-6 games. He tied Trevor Lawrence. He was 1 game away from setting the record, breaking the record. And then this man goes to win the Super Bowl. We have to give Jared Goff. He had no time, nobody to throw to. Our number one running back can't stay healthy. The tight end can't stay healthy. We got to give Jared Goff
to stay healthy.
That's what I'm talking about.
And we didn't have receivers.
But he's got to stop the stupid spin move. He's got to stop turning his back to the defense. Please, Jared Goff. And don't throw the ball away on 4th down. You do those things, you'll be okay. But Jared Goff is not some throwaway quarterback. I just don't believe that.
That's how you throw Jared Goff like this.
Jared Goff was, I think, honestly, he just wasn't there. Because you could see Matthew Stafford checked out when Matt Patricia was fired. Yeah. He checked out when we hired him. When he got fired, he was like, I'm gone. He made his decision that day that he was leaving. Just he had to finish the 5 games of the season.
Well, I think a lot of that, though, was because of Matt Patricia, though. I think Matt Patricia was the reason why Matthew Stafford is gone.
Because he didn't want Jim Caldwell gone.
Exactly.
I think if Jim Caldwell's still here, I think Stafford is still here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, all the old Patriot coaches don't be doing no good.
No, they don't do no good. But we went and hired.
That's why I'm worried about what's his name, that their offensive coordinator that took the where did he go?
It's a Josh.
The Raiders?
Yeah,
McDaniels.
Josh McDaniels. Where did he go? He
McDaniels
went
got a
somewhere.
job somewhere.
Yeah,
The
he's
same
the head coach.
McDaniels that quit on the Denver
Yeah.
Broncos or what, man?
Yeah,
I don't
he got a
understand.
head coaching job. I
Why would
forgot what
anybody
the
hire
was.
him? I don't understand. He's a quitter. Why would you hire him, man?
Oh, because he learned his ways now.
Ah, he's okay.
Hey, the same way that now Matt Patricia is calling the offensive plays.
I thought it was the defense. He's calling the
Oh,
offense.
he's calling the
Oh
offense.
Lord.
Was
That's what
he-
I said. Let's
did,
go.
did he go to Vegas or was that somebody else? I'm trying to remember. Did
Oh, I
McDaniels
think
go
it
to
is
Vegas?
Vegas. I think it is
Yeah.
Vegas.
The Raiders.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
he
we're
sure
gonna see it
did.
tomorrow.
That's
They
right.
should they should have rehired the guy who was the interim, right? Who
Yes.
was that? The special teams.
Biscotti or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Steve Biscotti,
Yeah.
I think. Or
When was the last time an interim was hired as coach? So I think that's I think they just do that, man. He should have got it. He took these dudes to the playoffs.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
And a team that was in shambles, after the
He was
whole
able to get them together.
yeah,
Yeah.
he was able to keep that team together and they were listening to him. So I would have gave him that job. I would have been like, hey, at least a 2-year deal. Hey, okay, now prove it from start to finish and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
I was surprised they fired the Houston coach. What was his name?
Yeah, but that was a dumpster fire though too. That was almost borderline Urban Meyer type.
I really don't think he had a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think a lot of times they have a guy that they want because it's Lovie Smith right over there.
Now it's Lovie Smith.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we've had nightmares with Lovie Smith.
Yeah.
See now what? Lovey's in Chicago, right?
No, he's Texans.
Texans. Yeah. Never mind. He was in Chicago before.
Yeah.
Now he's with Texans. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I thought the interim was okay, but before him, but I guess he was, like you said, was just in a bad situation over there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I think he never, because of the whole Deshaun Watson, all that stuff, they were just like, you know what? We're going to get rid of you too. I just think they just wiped the slate clean. And even though, he probably didn't have to pay for it, but he did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, on top of that, I don't think that his team was buying in and all this and all that. So it's like, okay, your team's not buying in, all this other stuff, Deshaun Watson stuff, and it just wiped the slate completely clean.
Yeah.
I thought he was actually going to stay Watson. You heard Watson wanted to leave. He really wanted Flores.
Yeah.
He wanted to go play with him. And I thought once it got what's his name again? I just said it.
Who's
Brian
Smith?
Flores?
Oh.
Or Flores, or is it
no, once they got Lovey.
Oh, Lovey.
That Watson would want to stay and maybe the team would try to rekindle that bond.
No, I think that was burnt.
That would have been a good coach for him.
Yeah, I think that was burnt just like Baker. The Baker Bridge was burnt.
Well, that one was
torched.
Nasty. Yeah.
That's what they get. That's what they get. They shouldn't have done that to him.
And you only got a 5th round pick in return.
That's what they get.
That's what I would have made a trade for. But
Baker?
I don't know. I would have.
You don't understand, BIRDGANG. Our backup quarterback room is dirt.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
but
we're not going to win a game. Baker's better than Goff.
No, I would have him as the backup.
Baker's better than Boyle.
That's the thing, though. I know Baker would not want to be a backup, so that's the only reason why I wouldn't even touch Baker.
Okay, people be killing me not wanting to be a backup. Win the job.
Yeah,
win the job. That's what you have to do.
Yeah, I'm 100% with that.
Yeah, it's not a given. You act like you did win a playoff game for your team, but win the job, man. That's the problem nowadays. There's not enough competition for me. Not a controversy, just a competition. Have somebody light a fire. If you number one, then you need to have a fire underneath you to stay number one. Exactly. That's it. You can't just be gifted number one and I'm number one.
Yep. You got to have some competition. Competition brings the best out of anybody.
Absolutely. You can ask me because I know. Coming for you and everybody else. Oh man!
But we have been on for 2 hours and 4 minutes. You You guys got any closing words? We'll start with our guest, the Jaguar podcast.
Sorry, I was on mute there. I was talking and no words were. No, I just wanted to say thanks, man, for having me on. I really appreciate it. I'm glad we finally got to connect. Sorry, I joined a little late there. But yeah, just looking forward to the season. Glad to be on. Hope to do this again. Maybe before the Lions game, maybe we go talk some shop, talk some football. But appreciate it again. Come subscribe to the Jaguar podcast. Got some great content there. Player interviews, game analysis, unbiased Jags opinion. So thanks again, guys.
Hey, absolutely, brother.
We definitely got to link up too for the Eagles Giants game.
Yeah, definitely, man. We should connect and talk some shop too.
Oh, yeah.
And Gridiron Blitz, you got any?
What you said, the guest? I forgot I am a guest. I'm so used to us being. You're right. My bad, Berg. I'm so used to being on with this guy. Then that's the. Hey, give me. Hold on, bro. Give me the Price is Right. Yeah, that's on me. Oh man. Okay, that these two gentlemen right here, they do their thing every Wednesday night. Lions. I am excited for the season. I can't believe it went so fast. The offseason went so fast. It seems like we were just at the Super Bowl. But it's been like 200 and something days since the Super Bowl. We have 39 until the season. The Lions take the field in like 36 or something till kickoff. So that's fantastic. I want our team to be in it toward the end. Just give us something to root for past week 4, and I will be happy. But I appreciate you guys having me on. I wasn't in the best mood to begin the day, but I said if I felt better, I would come on in, and I'm glad I did. Had a good time.
Hey, appreciate you for coming on, brother. BIRDGANG, got any closing remarks, brother?
Hey, man, I want to wish you guys' teams the most luck this season and a lot of wins.
Just not week 1, huh?
I think you guys can do it, except for when you play the Eagles. That'll be the only game that'll be rooting against you. You got my old former coach that brought the first Super Bowl to Philly. And then, you got the Lions over there, man. You guys definitely deserve to be off the snide.
Appreciate that.
I appreciate that. But I appreciate everybody for coming on. Grid Jaguar podcast. Welcome back, BIRDGANG. We are officially back. Next Wednesday, we will not be on. I do have to I am going to be out of town, so next Wednesday we will not be on, but I will be on tomorrow for the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Las Vegas Raiders, as will the Gridiron Blitz. And I don't know, are you getting on too for a live stream, Jaguar?
I will for tomorrow's game.
Yeah,
I will unlikely or unfortunately not be able to do it, but I will be tweeting it. So
okay,
reactions.
Okay. So definitely go over to Grid, go to my channel, hit subscribe. We will be live for the Hall of Fame game. We do bring game audio and play-by-plays. We have a fun time. It is kind of like a watch along. If you're watching it and we're watching it, we can, kind of have some fun with it. And then when I get back, we'll have the Thursday game, and then the 12th. We're gonna have to do that early, BG, because we're gonna have EJ Labaz on, and then after that, I'll be live for the Lions and the Falcons. That's on next Friday. And then obviously the preseason schedule. Like, we're gonna be doing 23 games. I'm sure. I don't know, Grid. Are you doing 20?
I'm doing them all. Are you?
Hey, there we go. There we go. Let's go. Hey, absolutely. I love that.
Oh, man.
Hey, just like old times, brother.
Absolutely.
And we're gonna have some fun. Good luck to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Good luck to the Philadelphia Eagles, except for week 1. And hopefully we all see the development and things like that we want to see this year, because hey, hopefully it's our year. Hopefully it's the Eagles, hopefully it's the Jaguars, and hopefully it's the Lions year. How crazy would it be if all three of our teams are in the playoffs?
That would be fantastic.
I was just thinking that too. I go, it's possible.
Hey,
you guys can make, if you guys are really that confident, it's kind of like, a couple of teams out there for sure. Like if you can get that good quarterback play, kind of like our team. If Jalen does take that next step, like we're gonna be a dominating football team. Now, if he doesn't take that next step, we're back to being a normal football team. And it's kind of like okay, because the quarterback does control a lot of that. So if Jared Goff goes out there and balls out, you guys will win some football games.
Yeah, offensive line is a mainstay. Whether you have Jalen Hurts, Jared Goff, or Tom Brady, like you have to have a good offensive line. Tom Brady was a shell of himself that playoff game because he had no offensive line. His offensive line were going down like flies.
Yeah, they did.
So it's like you got to have your offensive line in place. If you don't have an offensive line, it's a long day at the office.
Yeah.
But my birthday is Eagles Jets preseason opener. Well, hey, happy early birthday. But with that being said, love you all. Appreciate each and every single one of you that came out to the show, and appreciate all you fellas for being on the show. And with that being said, I will see you guys tomorrow on Troxel's football streams. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace.
Peace.
Yeah.
10, 9, 8, 7,